Welcome back to Lansing, Michigan for the 2025 Hotel Planner USA Archery Collegiate Target Nationals. We've had the individual gold medal matches a little earlier on, and we are now getting tucked into the mixed teams finals. Madison Cox is alongside me, and you've been in these positions before. We're going to see the mixed teams competition. I've heard the judges a few moments ago in between the two sets of finals talking amongst themselves about the yellow cards. We may see yellow cards. Talk us through why we may see yellow cards. What's the procedure?
Yes, so that's really important when you're shooting mixed team or team rounds, not to cross that lawn but until your other shooter has crossed back over it. So they have to be really careful that the shooter that's shooting is completely off the lawn and crossed it before they make that first move to cross the lawn as well.
So this is going to be fast and furious as they obviously are battling against the clock as well.
Especially in this wind, it can be tricky for sure. You're not only worried about shooting and getting off the lawn, but also watching to make sure you don't cross too early.
And these are the top scorers from qualification. So this is how these teams are determined. The number one seeds from each of the schools. So University of the Cumberlands, Hannah Summers, Colton Cordell, and Pikeville, University of Pikeville, Emma Willis and Tate Job will be those taking to the line. We see them stood in front of us now. And you've competed obviously in teams, in mixed teams. I mean, obviously, the format of this is you kind of you get the top two that come through, but sometimes you might get two archers that are naturally slow on the line. That can present its own challenges.
That can be tricky. When I shot college archery myself, especially like freshman, sophomore year, I was super slow. So if you're a slow shooter, that's something that you just kind of have to adapt to. And like, even if you just have to speed your shot up for this and make it work and get through the moment.
Fixed pins will get us underway as it did with the individual. Bare bow to follow, then compound, then recurve. So
this could get interesting with the winds. It's been a windy weekend so far.
And again, we are back to cumulative scoring.
Yes. We have Hannah Summers up. She's a freshman.
And you still got obviously close links. Your brother is now at University of the Cumberlands. You're keeping a close eye on the athletes as well coming through.
Yes, for sure. And it looks like
stopping. We're just
not sure what's
happening.
I don't know if it was a mishap with the clock or what.
You're trying to reset the clocks.
So maybe they'll just put the time back on the clock and then he'll shoot.
They're running the clock down. A little bit of confusion here at the moment. I suspect there'll be some clarity shortly. Yeah, outline to the archer, but we're not within hearing distance. Not quite. Okay. Hannah's gone. Colton to go next. I'm looking across to you, Madison, for any hints as to what's going on.
No, thing I can think of is maybe a mishap with the clock. I wasn't watching the clocks when it all happened, so I'm not completely sure.
I'm not completely blaming you, but
I think the clock's running down and then they're going to start their time again. and Colton will shoot.
Now it's Colton shoots at 9.
That looks like they're back to normal rotations.
We see the first yellow card coming out. And another yellow card.
She's pulling her arrow too quick. You can't pull your arrow out until your feet are planted and you're across that line.
We've got problems again, I think, with the clock. There's another clock that's going. Have they both stopped?
I don't know if it's the clocks interfering with each other.
Where? Yep.
So how's that going to impact Emma's nerves? They're probably a little bit frazzled to
Yes.
start with.
For sure, especially the first round. You already have nerves as is, so that'll for sure throw a... Okay, now it looks like they're back to normal. Emma is up.
Both more than others.
And now we have Tate Gilbert.
We said it was going to be fast and frantic.
That'll fire.
A 10 for Tate, so his nerves are settled.
Yes, for sure.
That'll do his teammate the world of good as well. Back to University of the Cumberlands, Hannah Summers. Her second arrow.
Cumberland with an out. Let's go home.
And the judge on these occasions, they have to have eyes in the back of their head almost. They're
Yes, they have to pay
Another yellow
close attention. Yeah. Oh,
It's obviously it is a different format. If you're not used to mixed teams,
yes, especially if you've never shot it. Because, on the field yesterday, it was still the same thing. But there's, I don't know, everybody's watching. The clocks, I feel like this adds way more pressure than the matches from yesterday. So you have to be extra cautious. And here the judges are watching, specifically you. And yesterday there were multiple teams on the line.
Have a time.
They were good on time that round.
I'm exhausted.
It's been a long weekend for sure. I'd say the archers are as well. The wind can be exhausting to shoot in.
Oh, that was
An interesting first
it
round.
was an incident-filled first round, wasn't it? That one.
Especially if you've never shot in this before. That's not how you want it to start out because you haven't enough nerves as is.
Well, Hannah seems to be getting support from Colton. Sorry, Emma gets support from Tate.
Yes, for
The
sure.
right school.
They handled that well.
And Emma's now just been spoken to by Curtis, who's head of judges here. Vastly experienced international judge as well.
Oh my God.
Because it was was it 2 years ago, World Cup women's team? You were part of that women's team, gold medalist?
Yes.
Correct.
It was 2 years ago, yeah.
And I'm trying to think who was part of that team with you. Was it Cassidy?
Cassidy and Danelle Lutz. Yeah.
That's right, yes.
I think it could be a one-point match.
It is 35-34 in favour of Cumberlands. Okay, let's go. Emma.
That's the way it is. And it was to the Cumberland for church 5, and you're close to this ISO 30.
There we go.
Yeah.
There she's getting the rhythm now.
Just figured it out.
So I can first.
That was good.
And Tate has been steady as well, so it's been kind of that reassuring hand. First end for Emma was a little bit frantic.
Yes.
A smile has now returned to her face.
And nobody.
Hannah Summers.
Good. To the boss. What's up? He's gonna do. Did they tape? You back?
Do you remember your freshman year? What was...
So actually, Outdoor Nationals got canceled my freshman year. It was COVID year. So we didn't get to shoot Outdoor Nationals that year. So my first one was Virginia. And it wasn't this windy or this cold.
I don't know that.
I think the wind is stronger down here than where they were practicing at, so that can for sure be a little bit different from where they were practicing at on the other side of the field.
And we are in I assume they have soccer on here and lacrosse and what have you. So there's a fence around this, as you can probably see to some extent, and you know how much that kind of traps some of the conditions in here as well.
Yes.
There's a 1 point difference after the first end. These two fixed pins teams.
He got that one off. They were close on time with that one.
Others with the carrots.
Well, Hannah's pretty quick at getting the arrow away.
Yes.
For you, do you know kind of from setup to release, do you know what your seconds are, what your time is? In other words, do you as a team calculate, well, if I'm going to take 20 of the seconds, you're left with X amount?
Yeah, so they get, I think it's 80 seconds, so really it should be 20 seconds per shot from getting on the line, knocking your arrow, getting the arrow off, and then back off the line. It should be 20 seconds each is what it should be. But sometimes if somebody finishes earlier, then the last person going will have more time, and sometimes that's good. Or sometimes then the last person has like closer to 10 or 15 seconds.
So how many? What was your kind of time? How much were you? Were you eating into other people's seconds as well? Were you?
Definitely in the beginning of my college career, yes. But towards the end, freshman year, I needed to go like first or in the middle. But towards the end, I could definitely go last. Like I could get them off if I had to.
And what part of the process did you speed up? What? Where did you shave the seconds?
Yeah. It's best to try to speed up getting on and off the line to where you can keep your shot as close to normal as possible, and then just making as strong and as quick shot as possible. You don't have time to sit and watch it and watch your dot move around. You just have to put it on and then go.
So where did they position you, first or second?
Freshman year, I think it was first.
Okay.
Or sophomore year, yeah, first.
Because otherwise you're going to be having the one where your teammates in the crowd are shouting, 6 seconds, 5 seconds.
Yeah. I was
counting you down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we're halfway through this match.
2 points, the difference now. Cumberlands leading 72-70.
Definitely still anybody's game in this.
I still traveling 70 straight to 70. I thought it was this way.
She's got the hang of it. The wind.
Little pull away there, just a hesitation.
Yeah, the wind seems to be picking up, so she might be getting blown around.
I tell Albert with a stutter.
So you ate into about 28 seconds there.
Yeah, that one is a little long. So Tate might have to speed his up here. Or they'll both have to speed up their next two shots. Yeah.
Yeah, so out of the 80 seconds, they've used 52.
Yeah. So they'll have 28 to get the next 2 arrows off, so that could be tricky.
They just lost God.
So by comparison, that was 15 seconds for Hannah. And you can already see Emma is lurking. She realises she's got to get onto that line and get set as quickly as possible. 20 seconds to go to get 2 arrows off.
That was super quick.
Much quicker.
Yes. And he'll have about 10 seconds. Less than 10 seconds.
Oh, they're now getting the countdown from the crowd.
In that case, it's the best thing just to get it on the target and try to score at least some scoring rings. Better than to not get it off.
By comparison, University of the Cumberlands have got all day.
Cumberlands to 9.
Colton will have just shy of 30 seconds.
It is his last collegiate tournament, so these are his last college arrows.
And we were talking to Trenton, and obviously Alex was out there, and there's others where, I mean, that matters. That matters after 4 years as part of a team, part of that family, part of that community, and they'll know they're standing out here for the final time. What was it like for you, those final few arrows?
I think I bawled my eyes out last year at Outdoor Nationals, and now seeing like all the seniors or like everybody, the 5th years that are leaving, like they were all crying yesterday after they shot their last arrows, and like you really just realize how much the programs mean to each archer and how much collegiate archery like matters to each of the archers that are here. Like it is a big deal.
And explain that, because it's an individual sport. For most of it, it's an individual sport, but collegiate archery is very much a team environment. So it is I imagine it does kind of tug at the emotions.
Yeah, like some of these teams spend like Monday through Friday together. They practice every day. If not, it's like a few days a week. And like when you're there for 4 or 5 years, your teammates are like almost like family. So you do get super close with them, and like some of these people will be friends for the rest of their lives. And I know most of my friendships, like all my friendships, came from collegiate archery.
Brilliant. No, it's fantastic. And we've already today seen some real emotion and genuine emotion.
For sure.
It's a 4-point gap. 108 plays 104. University of Pikeville. Emma Willis, Tate Job are trailing.
I thought that Stefan's going to the final innings. Yes, we should. I thought with an
That one was much quicker from Emma.
Now that's 16 seconds. So previously you were saying there was maybe just the wind picked up and it just almost reset her entire process.
Yes.
And we're done.
Yeah, they're looking much better on tongue this round.
Points to make up. University of the Cumberlands. Point the advantage. Hannah Summers, Carlton Cordell steps onto the line.
Dropped it. Still holding.
And what's Colton's archery journey, collegiate archery journey? In other words, to finish as he expects to finish here, how much more is this going to mean to him?
Yeah, I think it'll mean a lot to him. He's only been at the Cumberlands 2 or 3 years. He's actually going to switch to the University of Kentucky and do an engineer program there. So, although his time's cut short here, he sure has made like an indent on the program and left his mark in the bow hunter class.
Another play.
Strong finish from Tate.
Yes.
So they're going to have to reset the University of the Cumberlands clock.
Not yet. I get the playing with friends. It's like, yeah.
This is going to prolong Colton's collegiate career. You see, I think that's the idea.
Yeah, just a few more minutes maybe.
What? What out of where
I'm not sure if the clocks. I'm not sure why they keep
what?
pausing or messing up.
I did that. Yeah. Oh, boy. Hey, man.
So it looks like they're putting the time back on the clock, and then they'll just shoot their arrows like normal.
Okay, normal service resumed.
Yep.
Go, you're done. Cumberlands with a hoot. Go recall.
Fun fact: Colton's nickname for everybody's Peepaw. So that's what everybody calls him and knows him as, is Peepaw.
Should I ask why?
He had the nickname in high school, I think, and it just carried on.
And I got it.
Oh, and there we go. There is the conclusion of his time at the University of the Cumberlands. Colton Cordell and Hannah Summers, gold medal winners in the mixed teams fixed pins at Collegiate Target Nationals. A lot of drama in there. And
Yes.
Obviously the clocks and the yellow cards. And
They all handled it well.
fantastic. So fantastic from University of the Cumberlands getting gold, silver to University of Pikeville, Emma Willis and Tate Job. And we'll continue in just a few moments with Bear Boat. But hugs all around.
Definitely a big accomplishment to make this match. The conditions yesterday were definitely not easy, so they definitely earned it to be here today.
Was it is it a different kind of gratification, satisfaction winning a team competition, mixed teams, than it is individual glory?
It can be, yes. For team rounds and like mixed team, I feel like there's less pressure sometimes because like you have other people there to pick you up, or like you're there to pick other people up. It doesn't all just depend on you. Like if you have a bad arrow, maybe your teammate will pick you up. So that always helps.
Yep.
Man, please congratulate our one.
But it definitely still means a lot to all these archers to win team rounds and mixed team as well.
Fantastic. Wonderful performance.